Good morning, students. Dr. Yogesh Pating, Assistant Professor in Commerce, GS College of Commerce, Parda. We are here for the last lecture of unit number 4, Business Mathematics, which is the part of Statistics and Business Mathematics of BCom first year, second semester. To start the last topic of unit number 4, let me revise the things. Once again, I am repeating the same things, that first 3 units are the part of business statistics. The last unit is a part of business mathematics, in which we studied simple interest, compound interest, then we had gone through ratio, proportions, and the last unit the last part of this unit is about the profit and loss. Once again, this is a very simple mathematics, as you may have studied in class of your 8th, 9th or 10th. If you have the mathematics part, generally we do have the mathematics part in state boards or CBSE boards in that duration of 8th, 9th and 10th, where we generally study about the profit and loss. Actually, when your selling price is more than your cost price, that is a profit, and when your selling price is less than your cost price, that is a loss. That's a simple calculation that generally we know. But that thing we have to apply, we have to see through the problems. Problems are also very simple. Once again, you have to give your exam through your MCQ pattern. So the most important thing is not solving the problem, to clear up your concepts, to brush up your concepts. That is most important part. Actually, when you are in this type of format of MCQ, how many days this format will go on, that we don't know. But once again, the most important thing in education of commerce is that your concept should be clear. Whatever subjects you are you are doing a study of that, the most important thing is your concepts. So that is the ultimate thing that we should know. So moving to the topic that we have to study in our lecture today is profit and loss. Just clear up your things, that when will that person will have a profit and when will that person have a loss. It is actually a relationship between cost price and selling price. So that's the basic thing that we just gone through. Now we'll straightly go to our first problem. I just mentioned here 2 problems having 2 different category of problems, 2 solutions. As a practice, you can go through textbooks, reference books, and will have the practice. Most important thing is only a concept that I am repeating again and again. The basic thing is that your concept should be clear. Depends which problem is you are studying, but again the basic thing is your concepts. The first problem, Mr. Anil sold a machine to Baban at a profit of 5%. So the first relationship is between Anil and Mr. Baban. Then Mr. Baban sold the same machine to Mr. Chandu at a profit of 10%. Then there is a second transaction of the same machine which happens between Mr. Baban and Mr. Chandu, which is actually at a profit of 10%. If Chandu pays rupees 46,200 to Mr. Baban, you have to find out the cost price of machine to Mr. Anil. So first we will see what the problem is about. The first person which is in this transaction is Mr. Anil. He had a machine, he sold that machine to Mr. Baban. Whatever it is, whatever the price of that machine is, at a rate of 5% profit. So that transaction get completed. The second transaction after that, now the machine is in the custody of Mr. Baban. Now that Mr. Baban sold the same machine to Mr. Chandu at a profit of 10%. We don't know the cost price of Mr. Baban at that time. What we know is Chandu pays 46,000 to Mr. Baban. The last person in that transaction is Mr. Chandu, who pays rupees 46,200 to Baban, which includes the 10% profit of Mr. Baban. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the cost price of machine to Mr. Anil. Means the first person who actually is the origin of this particular transaction. So we just have to move backward for that transaction. We will start from Mr. Anil with this time. Let the cost price of machine to Mr. Anil is rupees 100, because we don't know the price. That's why we just have to what we can say, suppose the thing that okay, it will be rupees 100. So suppose the cost price of machine to Anil will be rupees 100. Now we will move step by step. Add profit of 5%. So profit of 5% will get added. So rupees 5 will get added. So it will be profit of 5% means rupees 5. Then that cost of Baban will be 105 rupees. Okay, then again we have to add the profit of 10%, so it will be 105 of 10% will be 10.5. So again cost of Chandu will be 115.5. So we just mentioned the flow of the data here. Cost price of machine to Anil 100 rupees, because that is a starting point. Then profit of 5% will be added, so it will be 5. Now Anil, after Anil there will be Mr. Bhavan, so for Mr. Bhavan it will be 105. Again he is selling the thing at rupees 10% profit, so 10.5 will get added to 105. Now cost of Chandu will be 115.5. So this is a relationship on the basis of rupees 100. But what we have to find out? We have to find out the cost price of machine to Anil. So we just have to put up the things in an equation. The same things I mentioned you earlier lectures, that the most important part of business statistics or even business mathematics is to mention, to write the equation properly and to put up the values and equation properly. So what will be the equation here? The equation will be cost price of machine to Anil. The final payment is of 46,200 multiplied by 100 divided by 115.5. So after doing the calculation it will be 40,000. So original value of machine which Anil have in his custody, after which he sold it to Bhavan and Bhavan sold it to Chandu. So for Mr. Anil, the original person of this particular transaction, the cost price to him is rupees 40,000. So this way we can solve the problems of profit and loss. There will be different types of problems of profit or loss, but again we have the limitations of this type of platform, so we will just I just mentioned the problems which are important or which have the essence of profit and loss calculations. So this is the first problem. Now we move to the second problem. A man purchased an article for rupees 3,000. It is a very simple one, but once again it is also have that calculation formula. A man purchased an article for rupees 3,000, the original value of that article, and he sold it for rupees 3,300. Find his profit and profit percent. To find out the profit is a very simple thing. There is only difference between selling price and cost price. Important part is to find out the profit percent. So first we will see what we have. Cost price, the original value of that item is rupees 3,000. Selling price 3,300, because he sold that article for rupees 3,300. The first thing they ask us to find out the profit and then to find out the profit percentage. So profit equals to selling price minus cost price. Selling price we have 3,300 rupees. Cost price 3,000. So just finding out the difference between these two things, you will have profit of rupees 300. So this is a simple calculation. The most important part of this problem is to find out the profit percentage. So profit percentage equals to profit divided by cost price multiplied by 100. That is a formula that you can use to find out the profit percentage. So this is also one important thing that you have to keep in your mind, that while solving the problems of business statistics or even business mathematics, you should keep in mind, or you should remember the formulas properly, because that is only a base to solve the problems. For statistics, tabulation and formula is important. For mathematics, equation or formula is important. So this thing you have to keep in your mind. Okay. So profit percentage equals to profit divided by CP multiplied by 100. Profit 300 divided by cost profit 3,000 multiplied by 100. So it will be 10%. So if you want to recheck your answer, then on the basis of rupees 3,000, 3,300 means 300 will be a profit at the rate of 10%, because 3,300 is a 10% more than 3,000. So this way you can solve the problem of profit and loss. So this is actually the last topic that we covered in business mathematics. Here your syllabus ends, in which we had studied first 3 units of business statistics and the last unit of business mathematics. So I hope you understand this this entire subject properly, very well. First 3 units, as I mentioned, was of statistics and the last one is of mathematics. So do study properly. I already provided you the first 3 unit notes on your WhatsApp group. Today I will share the 4th unit, numericals and solutions, on your WhatsApp group, which will have the problems of simple interest, compound interest, ratio, proportion and profit and loss, that I am going to share it today. So you have the all numericals and their solutions on your WhatsApp group ranging from unit 1 to unit 4. So I hope you understand this topic and this entire subject very well. Best luck for your examination. Go through the notes and thank you very much.